No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome everyone to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the LSU Tigers, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And the Ducks will put total leather and we'll get started. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They go to the ground. Running into the open space. There he goes. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46.
Defensively, you'll take the slow down. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making him run to guys, and get him on the ground, for goodness sakes. This guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, just this is where you go over the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Moore will throw. Looking to scramble. He's going to take a shot. He's got it. The junior making a clutch play and turning in a big catch.
I love that play call. Quarterbacks are always licking their chops after their defense gets a takeaway because they know now, hey, I got a sudden change situation. I've got a chance to take a shot and pad my stats.
The Ducks will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks!
And after that touchdown, you can barely hear yourself think. Autzen Stadium, one of the most special places in all of college football and easily one of the loudest stadiums, is now going off. We've all called games here before. We love coming to Eugene. This place is magic, and it's because of these fans.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He's able to work his way on the return up to the 23 before he steps out of bounds. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Snagged in the middle. It's Anderson. Turning it on. Touchdown, Tigers. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad
my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. TCU escaped with the victory, and I say escaped. Look, in college football, teams will take any win, but I think those Horned Frog fans could have done without this one being so close. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Just a pickup of a couple out to the 15-yard line. Big picture, guys, this certainly isn't an all-or-nothing game. Long season ahead. But how much fun is it to have a top-5 clash like this one early?
It's so much fun, and you don't have to be a fan of just these two top-5 teams. If you're a fan of college football, you're honing in on this game because you're going to learn a lot here, David.
Yeah, and the fans are going to be like, overrated. This is why the preseason bowls stink. We get a chance to prove ourselves with some of these teams that hasn't done a lot on the resume yet. Now, today is a resume builder.
Give to the single back. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Moore to the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Moore. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He was in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
And that is beautiful defense, timing up the blitz, getting in the backfield, and not just getting there, laying the big lick.
I think that ball carrier, his eyes were like saucers on that one. He knew he was running that thing right into the teeth of it.
He works his way across the 40-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 41. The Ducks are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Wants to go up top. Floating away. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Really nice awareness that time by the quarterback in a 3rd down situation, knowing exactly where the first down marker was. It wasn't there open to throw the football. He was very smart. He got out, he took off running, knew exactly where he had to get to keep his offense on the field.
Maybe some confusion on the snap count. It's going to be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. First down here for the offense. Motion from the wide receiver. Jet sweep to the receiver. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
You want to stop the jet sweep and be successful, get some penetration right now towards those edges, right where they're running the football. Defense was ready, got him on the ground, and stopped that play before it ever got started.
And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. Ninth play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Quarterback may change this route. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give him a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
And the Ducks line up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They evened things up the last time they had it, and the defense helped them out and a chance to go on top with this drive. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Let's talk for a minute about LSU. They had some holes to fill on the roster. They've gone into the portal. They brought in a pretty decent haul. How good do you think this staff feels right now addressing those areas of need, David?
Well, I think you feel really good about bringing in quality depth, experience depth. But now the trick is to merge it with your other guys and everybody get on the same page, you know, and moving in the same direction.
The coaching staff is so excited, too. They feel like if they can stay healthy, they can take an extra step versus where they were a year ago because of these new bodies they found through the portal.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. Caught close to the marker. It's Fleming. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49. A big pickup there.
He steps out of bounds at the 49-yard line. And that's good enough for a first down.
LSU with the 1st and 10 here. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Gets it past the marker. Oh, he's got some space. He's up to 51 yards for them on the ground already in this first quarter. He looks as if he's ready to put up numbers. To the air, it's Manning. Fires to the right. Got his man. And he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An explosive play for this offense. When you're dealing with the big tight end, you better get a bunch of hats around the football.
And here's the thing, Reese. These used to be big, slow tight ends. Now these guys are absolute freaks. They're so good. You can split them out wide. You can put them in the formation. They can do so much. And you see after the catch, hard to get to the ground.
Bringing the heat. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
That's so frustrating when you get in a 1st and goal situation. The next thing you know, you're backed up. You're not even in the red zone anymore. Offenses have to be able to respond. You got to understand, I'm going to get negative plays. What's next? What do I got on the sheet that I know I'm going to call? Get this back and get in the end zone.
Throws for the tight end. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
I love the vision on the quarterback by this defense. Dude, you know that ball's going to come out pretty quick. Down here on the goal-to-go situation, they break on the football, and they make sure they swat it down so the offensive guy can't make a play.
They'll run it on 3rd and goal. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
And I tell you what, once you're backed up and you start getting 4th and 5 plus, this becomes really difficult. I got 3 in the bag. I know I can kick it. I know I can make the field goal. Or do I want to stay hyper-aggressive and try to go for the touchdown?
After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. And he's not going to take the touchback. Slips through the line. Just an outstanding return there and really sets up his offense nicely. First play of the drive comes from the 41. Makes the catch. It's Moore. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I mean, I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. They'll give it to the back. And he's almost to that 1st down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the 1st down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. The give on the option. the second quarter. Guys, LSU has the lead here. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. First play of the period, first down here. On the run, it's Green. It continues to be a long day as they are just swarming every time he gets the ball. Quarterback on the keeper. Now the pitch. They keep feeding him in this running game, and the defense is having none of it, and it's been that way all day.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Fires to the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? The Ducks are flying down the field. The run to the left. They'll give him one to the 28-yard line.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Sends it back in motion. Give to the running back. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
And another nice gain by the offense. All right, defense. We got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack or something to get momentum back on my side?
This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
Going with the counter play here. He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short.
The counter play is a great play to mix in with your base concepts. Obviously, everybody flies to the football, bang. Now you pull a guy, you go backside, give him a little counter, and keep the defense off balance.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
It's not sexy, it's not pretty. It's actually kind of old school because people don't really run a lot of QB sneaks anymore. You don't even see quarterbacks under center that much. But what do? Keep your momentum going. You've already strung together a bunch of plays. Now is not the time to get super aggressive. Way to go high percentage, run the quarterback sneak, and get the first down.
And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The offense changing the play. The play action fake. Now adjusting. Makes the catch near the sideline, but he's down immediately before he gained an inch.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
They've held the ball forever. Relentless drive, but what a win for the defense if they can force a field goal. Under fire. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
After that incompletion, it's now 4th and short in the red zone. Decision time if you're the head coach. You just take the field goal, or do you keep your offense on the field looking to get 6? And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal.
from the left hash, and this distance ought to make that angle pretty easy to handle. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And that's going to tie it up. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. UTSA is down right now inside the Alamo Dome, but this young man under center today has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born in San Antonio. They're trailing by just 4 to New Mexico. We will be multitasking today, boys. One eye on that game, one eye on your game. Really the only way to do it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Caught in the backfield, it's Durham. At the 35, he's got room. Turning on the Jets. At the 20. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like...
Well, they blocked the extra point. He's got it, and he can go with it. Past the 50. He's at the 40. Past the 20. He takes it all the way back for the 2.
Great job on special teams. Getting penetration, getting the block. You've got the convoy. It's a scoop score, 2 points the other way.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's...
Breaks into the open. He's inside the 40. The 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Oregon.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you've got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Now they'll run it on the toss. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
I love DBs that want to tackle, and they get an opportunity to look like heroes on these outside toss plays. Physical play by the corner there, getting the ball carried down behind the line of scrimmage.
They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Pressure coming. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's incomplete. The long pass on fourth down is to no avail.
Yeah, and I tell you, that takes some onions to go for it in your own territory like that. I mean, they're treating this like it's a video game. They don't even care. They don't worry about the outcome. No big deal.
Breaks the tackle. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
And a lot of times the defense is focused on the middle, right? Bring more big bodies in the red zone. Don't let them run the football. Offense tries to do the opposite. Get outside. Get their speed to the football. Had a little bit of success, but nice job by this defense.
it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the LSU Tigers, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Oregon Ducks. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Ducks will boot it away to start the game. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain. All right, guys, let's talk LSU. They reached a national championship game last year, couldn't quite get the job done. What challenges do you see them running into this year beyond the schedule?
And that motivated them all offseason. To be runner-ups, to watch somebody else celebrate and hold the trophy. You were so close, Jesse. New additions, new faces, but this squad is hungry.
That's the key. This coaching staff really took a deep dive into their roster, and they isolated the positions that they...
There he goes. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown LSU. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that.
And as a coach, you're just hoping your offense can take the field on the first series of the game and create a little bit of momentum, get into a rhythm. How about that running play? Hitting a home run early in this game. You know that's got the sidelines all juiced up.
Bringing it out. Stopped at the 29, but found a little running room after coming out of the end zone. Here's the handoff. Not the biggest play in the world, but it's one that can set the tone as he bangs his way out to the 38. One thing you can figure out from these tests early in the season, particularly a top 5 matchup like this, is where he holds it in and nobody's close. Off to the races to the right. Touchdown Ducks! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And this offense, man, they look good. They looked great last week, obviously putting up huge numbers. Again this week, coming out the gates in the first quarter with the scoring drive. This offense is putting the college football world on notice.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. To the air, it's Manning. Right on the money. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
On the run, it's Durham. Fighting off the defender. He's up to 90 yards rushing already. We want to talk about establishing the running game. They're doing that in the season opener. And the Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Back to pass. Throwing right. Got his man downfield. Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45. And yet another Bayou Bengal baller on the outside who can just go get it.
And if I'm a quarterback, man, I love throwing to these guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to fit it in the box. I know my receiver out wide will make plays. LSU has had guy after guy after guy that you can name that can do that, and they might just have another one.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride in stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Lost the fire on 2nd down. That's reeled in. It's Durham. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on 3rd down here in Austin. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. LSU trying to convert a 4th down. Trying to get it to the marker. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
And your decision to go for it on 4th down has a lot to do with your kicker. How strong is his leg? Some of these guys nowadays, they can boot the ball 50, 60 yards, no problem. Do I believe in him or do I go for it? And they believed in their offense, they went for it, and they got the 1st down.
Grab behind the line. It's Durham. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. Now, guys, when it comes to LSU, we mentioned the number of players they lost, but you can only focus on the guys who are wearing your uniform. Can't worry about those who left. Have to worry about those you have. But any concerns that you guys have about making moves like this?
I think excitement more than concerns, honestly. They got some key guys that had success in other programs, and I think the fans today, David, are interested to see how these guys play today.
Well, and how they come together, because you've seen these players in other spots, but now a new system, new coaches. How do you gel? How do you start your career off?
The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. It's complete. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. From the gun, the give, looking for room. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. The Tigers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Scanning the field, it's Manning. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Rushes on him. Zings it complete to the right. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, LSU! And these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Moore. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. Takes the handoff and he's going right. Punches ahead, they'll give him a yard to the 13.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Here's the pressure. That's caught. It's Moore. On the nasty move, and now he's got room. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Looking for space. It's Hill. Turning it on. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, the offense is trying to go counter, but the defense blows it up. And they do it by getting penetration up the middle, setting up the tackle for loss.
And the Ducks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll try the toss to the left. Bulldozes his way through. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown at least for now.
This is an offense that can find multiple ways to get explosive plays, especially when they hand it off to this guy, David.
And it's so nice to have a running game you can depend on, especially when you get the other side of the ball.
Touchdown, Oregon! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And I tell you what, this offense, man, we got a small sample size. We only had one game where they were unbelievable last game, but another score early in this football game. This offense is looking like a force to be reckoned with.
So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Gets the back moving. Quarterback sneaks it ahead. Sneaks into the end zone.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
And the point after is good. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He's got great speed. Got a little room. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space, great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little warmth out of this crowd. Fielded in the end zone. It's Moore. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. Lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Moore will throw. Catch in the middle. It's Hunter.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play. So this can certainly open things up later.
The Ducks can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Running to Green. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. No matter what uniform the Ducks are rocking, they are dressed for success on the ground.
Yeah, and that's who they are, right? They're dressed for success. They run the football, and then after that, what do? They run it some more, and they run it fast. Every Oregon team always been built on that tempo and ground game.
Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. Second down coming up. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. Now, I'm not going to argue if this production keeps up as we start the second. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Wants to go up top. Uncorks one to the middle. Wide open. He makes the catch. Touchdown, Ducks! He got loose and it was lights out after that.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him. You got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Troy is ahead in this one. This team plays a fun brand of football there in the Fun Belt, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by 7 over Sam Houston. That's where things stand right now. And, of course, if the script is flipped, you will hear about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together.
Intercepted. Guess even a Heisman Trophy contender can have a miscue.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his second interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Moore to the air. He's taking the shot. He's got it at the 15. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. After ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, now they've got it 1st and 10 from the 13. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Toss to the outside. They were trying to hit the corner on that loss, but the defense refused to lose contain. The Ducks are in the hurry-up. He wants to change this route. Second down, he'll throw it. Dumps it to the back. Makes the catch. He gets it in. Touchdown, Oregon. This guy's putting the Oregon offense on his shoulders, carrying them however you want, on the ground or through the air.
I mean, so fun to watch when you've got a guy that can do this. And we've seen it with the Ducks in history, man. They've had some great ones that put their team on their shoulders. You need me to run it, I'll run it. You need me to throw it, I can do that too.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. Grabbed in the middle, it's Anderson. Still on his feet at the 45. There he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Tigers.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the half.
Oh, they blocked the extra point. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. They had the extra point blocked. Now the kickoff unit out there and hoping things go a little smoother. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Goes to the option. The pitch. Makes it past the mark. A tremendous run. He was full bore after taking that pitch. Just sweet execution. And the Duck just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. The give to the back. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Motion from the back. On the option. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
Just really solid play by this offense. Nice job. Whatever the defense gives you the option, they're trying to make you wrong. The problem is, defensively, you got so much to cover. Nice chunk game. Just remember, that quarterback can also stick his foot in the ground, get north-south, and make plays, too.
Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Quarterback floating away from pressure. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it.
Man, sometimes the best defense is getting a little bit lucky. He was open. He had a chance to make a play. He just drops it through his hand. It was pretty good defense, but you take those breaks when you can get them.
And he is going to be forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Tremendous defense there.
These are the places of defense that mean so much for so many reasons. Getting in the backfield, obviously getting the sack, so putting him a little bit behind the sticks, but also hitting that quarterback, making him think. That goes a long way in disrupting the quarterback's rhythm.
Makes a connection. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
It's a really nice play there. The thing about this guy, he forces the defense to have to stay disciplined. You just can't take a play on. He reminds me of an old LSU quarterback that I used to play against, Hurt Tyler. He was a guy that could hurt you throwing the ball, but he was also shifty and he could extend plays. We had a great defense at Florida.
Oh, he's got some space. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
LSU getting set on 1st and 10. Red pass is complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Out of the gun, the give to the back. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the 1st down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6.
What's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the first down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
So now with first and goal, let's see what LSU does here. Going for 6. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you. And I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better...
He's loose. Hits him with a stiff arm. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
And one of the things I love about this running back is his versatility. He's not just good running the football, but he can catch it as well, and he can make things happen with the ball in his hands. Nice job by the quarterback, getting through the progression, getting it out to his guy, and he does the rest, and that generates a huge play.
His junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Finds the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Let's see if the defense comes after them. 3rd and short from the 45. They'll go to the ground. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
The Ducks will hustle to the line. Wants to adjust the pattern. Moore will throw. Buying some time. Trying to make magic with his feet. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. The Ducks started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. To the air on first down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. And wings it incomplete. Sometimes a quarterback just needs to turn the ball loose. It was like he tried to guide that one in, and it disrupted the time.
Yeah, and just like in basketball, when you shoot a shot and you start trying to aim it, you really miss. You know, quarterbacks, they got to quickly be able to recognize, do I need to fire it? Do I need to put a little air underneath it? And it's just a tough thing for a quarterback to be able to do. But over time, you see they have less and less mishaps like that.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Pocket breaking down. He is denied. Cannot get to the first down marker, and it's 4th down coming. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Now on fourth down, here comes the field goal team. He needs to make sure those mechanics are pure from the right hash and 40 yards away. Never a doubt. They take a 4-point lead here in the second.
And I like the way this defense just finished. And I know they're trailing, but they didn't give up a touchdown. Got a little bit of momentum. Not much time left in this first half, but you got halftime to make some adjustments, come out with some energy, but a nice stop here.
He'll be stopped, but good work there to get the ball out to the 37. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. Back to throw, it's Manning. Makes the grab. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Corners are going to bail. Looking downfield on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And everyone needs to have their packages. When they go 5 wide and they spread you wide, what's your answers? And I like the defense right here, bringing pressure, getting to the quarterback, and hitting him as he can.
Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. One snap coming before they head to the locker room. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down? That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
He's moving out of the pocket. Slings it downfield. He's open on the right. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. The Ducks keeping this defense off balance. They can hit them from a variety of angles, this time going up top.
There's so many things to look at. You know, they've always traditionally gone fast as well in the past at Oregon, but, you know, the quarterback run and the run up the middle and then play action pass, they keep you guessing a lot, and they make a lot of plays down the field because your eyes are focused on something they shouldn't be focused on.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
That's exactly what you want to do against the option. You want that thing to string along out wide so you get more bodies to the football. Nice job playing the first option, the quarterback. They've sent the pitch out wide. Guess what? Ready for that, too. They tackle him, and they get him on the ground.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. And the Ducks are moving quickly down the field. Moore to the air. finds his tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. On the run, it's Hill. Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23. The Ducks come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. They'll send the back in motion. Here they're trying to get to the edge. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
And this team needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
On fourth down, going to the air. Scrambling away. He got it. And he'll step out of bounds just short of the goal line. Almost a touchdown, but not in there yet.
And that is the advantage of having versatility at the running back position, right? It's fourth down. Everyone in the stadium thinks he's going to get the handoff, but because of his ability to catch the football, he's a weapon in the passing game.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ducks! Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
Now let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Eastern Michigan is ahead in this one. This team plays a hard-nosed style of football there in the MAC, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by 7 over San Jose State. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
That's a really nice catch there, and I know LSU goes by the moniker of DBU, but you take a look at all the draft picks they've had in recent years, and with this guy and his talent, they may be getting consideration soon joining teams like Alabama and Ohio State for wide receiver year. This guy is really good.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. On the move, it's Durham. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Tiger. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Man, we know football gets harder when you start to get in the red zone and the field shrinks. Who needs that? Break the long touchdown run. Nice job by the back. Seeing the hole, exploding through, getting a long touchdown.
Now the 2-point conversion attempt is coming. To throw, it's Manning. He's in there for the 2-point conversion, and now they're within a field goal.
And it works out perfectly. The reason they called that 2-point conversion was to get to within 3. This is a game going down to the wire, but you'll love the gutsy call by the offense there.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. The lead has been sliced to a field goal, and now they'll try to answer. And the throw down the gut falls to the grass.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
On the option. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Wide receiver going in motion. He'll ride his man on the option. Leaves it with the running back. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
Ruled out of bounds at the 33. Now, 4th down.
They're a couple of yards short of the first down, but the offense will stay out there on 4th down. He'll do it himself. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
4th down and short, and where do they put the ball? In the hands of their quarterback. This guy is so good. They trust him. He runs the option and keeps it himself and gets just enough for the first down.
Moore will throw. Oh, they're after him. That's caught. It's Green. Great move. Now he's got room. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
Running back searching for a hole.
Well, this defense knew coming into the game they were going to see the option, and they didn't know exactly how it was going to look specifically. They've seen it a few times early in this game. They've given up some yards, but it looks like they're clamping down on it now, guys, and we know they've got speed. They can go sideline to sideline. Really nice job that time. Getting hats over to the football, getting to the pitch man in the perimeter of the field, and getting him down on the ground.
And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
The Ducks are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. He wants to throw it. The quick out. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
I like the mitts, the big fella coming in with the catch. Hey, running a little bit of a route, showing a little wiggle, getting open, throwing the football. That's what a catch, big fella.
Now on the option. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
Now, what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. On the move. He's pulled down after a tough one, gets it to the 6.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. They've already peeled more than 3 minutes off the clock on this drive as they stand over the ball on 2nd down. The option look. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
I don't know about that play call, man. Your quarterback's already thrown 3 TDs in this game. Pollock, let him cook down here.
Yeah, I mean, trying to show some balance, but he has had a great day. I trust him. This is a good situation. I'm going to put the ball in his...
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given him some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success on that play. Really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Just refused to take it out of reverse. Got caught for the safety, and he might spend some time on the bench after that. After giving up the safety, they'll have to kick it away. Finding an escape route.
Return is off down at the 31, and your Oregon Ducks will take over 1st and 10.
And now the offense will come onto the field again. Toss sweep to the left. Breaks into the open. And there they go again. Another huge gain on the ground.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the 4th quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force feed you the football to try and ice this game. He's paying him off right now. That's a really nice run.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Gain of about 7 leaves him with 3rd and 3.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to push passes. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
And the defense finally steps up, man. They've had a tough day down here near the goal line defending the pass. Like, he's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. Nice job on this play. Nice response. Try to get themselves back in the football game.
They'll run the option. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
One of the reasons I love this defense is because their DBs get involved, and they come screaming downfield. That's a pretty good athlete playing quarterback on that run, but because of the speed they have in their secondary, boy, they were able to get to him quickly.
Now 3rd and goal and tough yardage to cover here. Moore to the air. Lets it fly. Touchdown Ducks! Quick strike through the air for the score.
It's another good decision by the quarterback. You've got to be impressed here. On that one, he finds his tight end, but all game long, whether it's receivers or running backs or tight ends, wherever the best one-on-one matchup has been, he's been able to take advantage of it, and that's why they've been able to score so many points.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Pittsburgh looked like a bunch of world beaters today in a stern-to-stem beatdown. I think a lot of people forget this program won 5 national titles last century. A rich tradition and a sparkling performance today. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Power football with the run. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. The Tigers racing to the line in the hurry-up. On the ground, it's Durham. Picks up the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, it's a nice change-up call on offense because obviously in the 4th quarter, you're down by a bunch of points and everybody in the stadium is expecting you to throw it to get back in the game. So you dial up the run play and you get a huge gainer. Hopefully that can give this offense the momentum they need to try to scrape and claw back into this one.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team.
Inside the 20-yard line, pushed out at the 18, and they're in business.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit, and they're still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that today. But I do love the grit they're showing here late, still trying to make plays.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Man, do I love being a defensive lineman in games like today when you know you got to go get the quarterback. Like, they're down on the other side. They have to throw the football. Only chance they have to get back in. I'm playing the pass every time, pinning my ears back and going to get the quarterback.
Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
And these are the plays that you look back on tape, and everybody's like, nice work, nice toughness, QB. To stand in there, know you're going to get blasted, but hold onto the ball until the guy comes open, feed him, and get the 6.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the 4th. They'll line up for the onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral. And he's going to take it all the way back, and it's fun to watch him run, but there's laundry on the field, and I believe this one's coming back. On to attempt the try. And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the 4th. You get a return like that, and it can't just be the guy with the ball who's right. Everybody has to do a job, and they did that in brilliant fashion on that one. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. He'll be stopped, but good work there to get the ball out to the 37. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game, so they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
Caught over the middle. It's Parker. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. And the Tigers in the hurry-up. Back to throw. It's Manning. Here comes the heat. It's a fumble on the play. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And he was under so much stress on that play. You saw him scrambling, trying to buy time, doing everything he can to keep the play alive, but the defense just kept coming in waves, and he got a little bit downfield before they finally knocked it out and jumped on that fumble.
They want that clock to run. And some room to work. He has the first and still on his feet. There he goes. Touchdown, Oregon! And the pummeling has started.
I gotta say, the mental toughness that this team is showing early this season is real impressive. And going down the field and scoring on that last possession, putting themselves in position here to go 2-0, they're answering the bell. This team has leadership on both sides of the ball. Very, very impressive.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. He's brought down, but a really nice return gets it to the 41. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something. Put it together. You got a deficit, Palmer. You need some mojo. Something needs to go your way.
At this point of the game, they've got to score touchdowns every time they have possession.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. They're working that left side. Out of bounds at the 49-yard line, but not before getting it into opponent territory. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line.
And that's a first down for the offense.
Wants to throw. It's Manning. Got it in the middle. It's Fleming. And he's brought down after a nice gain. LSU with the 1st and 10 here.
This quarterback obviously did a lot of film prep coming into this one. He has been picking this defense apart. With that last completion, guys, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
Got it behind the line. It's Durham. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Catch in the middle. It's Anderson. Stop just inside the 25. We'll mark it at the 24. Pickup of 10 and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, running back gets the give.
Well, the interesting thing about a run here trailing late is the defense isn't expecting it. That's the good news. Bad news, though, is you're still trailing. You need to score quickly, which means you need to be throwing the football right now.
Looking to the big tight end. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long. And here we are late in an obvious passing situation, trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play. And, David, it looks like they've just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. They'll run the option. Turning it on. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And we've already seen this QB have success throwing the football down the field. How about the variety to his game? Now you run the option, you make the right read, get it to your pitch man where he can get upfield, get some extra yards. He's in the zone right now.
Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee. Both of these teams are high-caliber squads, but it sort of felt as if these guys had something to prove today, and man, did they go out and do it.
Man, they proved it, and they proved they were better. They thought they were better coming in. We were talking to them. They had a lot of confidence. They said, we're not ranked as high as we should be, and now they just showed the whole world. This squad is for real. We're going to be discussing them in the playoffs in the future, and they made a statement today, Palmer.
Yeah, that's the thing, David. To me, after watching that absolute beatdown, you can't help but think to yourself, this is a college football playoff caliber.